Hey, welcome back. If you're here, then chances are, like myself, you're on a journey to create a more balanced and meaningful life. Today, I want to share something that has really been a game changer for me entering into this new year, and that is my 7 non negotiables. If you've ever felt the struggle to maintain balance or wondered how to infuse purpose into your everyday life, you're in the right place. Truth be told, we all have goals and dreams and a vision for the life that we want to live, but how do we bridge that gap of where we are and where we want to be? That's where these non-negotiables come in. They're the practices that ground me, provide clarity, and ultimately contribute to a life that just doesn't feel busy being a mom, an entrepreneur, and a wife, but ultimately a life that also feels very meaningful to me. Now, before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments, what is a non-negotiable for you and your daily routine? Let's get that conversation going. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my personal daily rituals that have transformed my perspective and brought a sense of balance to my life. Some of these might resonate with you, some might spark new ideas, and some might just validate that you need to be doing them every day. If you're ready to embrace positive change, then let's get ready to dive into my 7 daily non-negotiables for you to live a more balanced and purposeful life. Time with God is my first non-negotiable. I always made it a practice. I always made it a priority, but it wasn't up until this year that I made it a non-negotiable and I was able to see the impact and change immediately in my life. Mentally and emotionally, I've been able to feel a lot more grounded, have a lot more clarity about the decisions that I'm making. See, I'm starting my day with giving him my first. I'm reading my devotional. I also joined the church plan where we're reading the Bible in a year. So I'm giving my best to God in the morning, starting my day off before my kids even wake up. So that sets the tone for my day. So I'm already not jumping into my phone or jumping into other people's lives with social media or going straight into mommy mode. I'm Rashonda, creating that intimate relationship with my Lord and Savior. And that has allowed me to also just navigate my day a lot better where things that would trigger me or make me upset, I'm able to take a deep breath, call on his name, and keep on moving. The shame, the guilt, maybe the doubt that I would have about how I navigate and what choices I should make, I'm not doing it on my own. I have released that sense of ownership that everything needs to depend on me, that I need to fix everything. And I've given it to somebody who has the power to control everything and to do miracles and to do the impossible and to move mountains, baby. I have given it to him. And that has allowed me to really just be a lot more free with how I show up for myself, how I show up for others. And it's been such a good feeling. As a believer, you know so many things, but it wasn't until I made it a practice where I've made it an intentionality to have scriptures at my disposal when I'm feeling attacked against the enemy that I feel a lot more confident in just this thing that we call life. Prioritizing my to-do list is my second non-negotiable. As a wife, a mom, an entrepreneur, there's lots of things that I always have to do that I could be doing and that I wish I was doing. But when I stay in that place and I keep it all in my mind, I just be stuck. I be sitting there and then before I know it, I'm watching anime and I'm chilling. And then I'm feeling guilty because I'm watching anime and chilling when I know I could be doing other things. So having a clear plan is very crucial for me and just navigating my day. This allows me to look at what are the things that I need to do and then break them down into manageable steps and tasks that I can take throughout the day. That way, I'm able to know what I'm making progress in and what I may need to delegate to someone else. The ultimate goal is not to be overwhelmed and shut down, which has happened many times. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever not had a plan and you just found yourself feeling stuck. I've been there lots of times. The to-do list helps me set realistic goals and ensures that I'm focusing on what's actually truly important. I promise you, this practice alone has increased my productivity and also given me a sense of accomplishment each and every day. I may not complete everything, but I'm able to visually see what I have accomplished and I have clarity about what I'm doing. Nourishing my body has been my third non-negotiable. I have shared in other videos that I do have elevated cholesterol, so I do have to monitor my sugars and my intake. And so it's really important for me to be taking my vitamins, to be drinking as much water as I possibly can, having meals planned and prepped beforehand so I just don't result into just ordering out all the time, which happened over Christmas break a lot. But it's important to nourish your body and have that balance, because I am able to know at the end of the day, sometimes even in the middle of the day, if I've drunk enough water, if I've eaten, proper meals, because my body will let me know. If I'm feeling sluggish, then I know that something is off. Nourishing my body, definitely taking care of this temple, has been a non-negotiable. My fourth non-negotiable is movement. Backstory: for half of my life, I was a competitive and elite track runner. So I know what it's like to put your body under extreme conditions and training it. I don't care to relive that. So that's why I didn't say exercise, I said movement. I realized that there's so many other ways to be able to care for your body and to get those endorphins. And that's through movement. Done barre classes. I did a whole series of 100 classes at barre, and I got my socks to prove it. I'm very proud of that. But I also incorporate HIIT workouts. I'll do yoga, I'll go on brisk walks, I'll go on long walks, I'll do stretches. So don't limit yourself with how you incorporate movement, because it has really just opened up my eyes to different ways to care for my body, and I've created more of a loving relationship with moving. I noticed that when I don't move, I feel a little sluggish, I feel a little tight, but when I do move, I feel a lot more freer. I feel like I am just a lot looser and I sleep better. If you're wondering if you should move, just do like a little experiment and see if it impacts how you sleep and how you overall just relax with your body. This brings me to habit number 5, and that is 7 hours of sleep. That's a non-negotiable for me. I was working with a therapist and trying to create this balance that I'm talking with you guys about. And some days I would get 9, some days I'd get 5, and then I'd get 6. And it was like, man, this is not a good pattern for your body. And you can see it because on some days you're more tired. And even when you get a lot of sleep, I was still tired. But when I created just consistency for my body, oh my goodness, it was such a game changer. I mean, look at my shoulders drop, you guys. Like, I just felt so much better. I felt more rested throughout the whole day on a consistent basis. Looked forward to waking up in the morning, and I looked forward to going to sleep. Now, 7 hours for me might be 8 hours for you, 6 hours for you. So everybody's number is different, but it's important to find your number. And mine is 7. My 6th daily practice is moments of rest. I intentionally take time to rest. And this was more of a mindset shift than a physical shift for me, because growing up, taking naps, going back into bed, laying down in the daytime, you do that, be prepared to be called worthless, your whole life questioned in the blink of an eye just because you're laying idly, not doing anything. So as I was growing up, I constantly kept myself busy all the time. It wasn't until my adulthood that I was able to challenge this mindset and say, you know what, rest is okay. It's actually necessary for me to be my best self. Rest is a beautiful way to take care of yourself. So if you're questioning if resting makes you lazy, no, it doesn't. If resting stops you from being productive, no, it doesn't. Studies show that you're actually more productive if you rest, because then you're not in a vicious cycle of burnout. So yes, trust the evidence and trust also your own experience. I'm sure if you take time to reflect and to journal and to see the periods in your life where you rested and where you resisted rest, you'll see that a better version of you is when you rest. And if you don't have that, I encourage you to give yourself the moments of rest so that that version of you can appear and to show up. My 7th non-negotiable is a self-care act. I must. You hear that? I must do one every day. This is either reading a book, listening to an audiobook, doing skincare, watching some anime. This is to cultivate that mental and overall well-being for myself. This is not me being a mommy. This is not me being a wife. This is not me being a therapist or a coach. This is me being me and saying I am important and I prioritize me. So when I'm journaling my thoughts, I'm connecting with myself. I'm taking inventory of my feelings and my emotions emotions. I'm gaining clarity on who I am and how I want to show up. I notice for myself that when I'm able to give me something that I enjoy, man, it's easier to give to others as well. I'm not always constantly pouring from an empty bucket and wondering why I'm dry or why I'm bitter. We're not doing it. So I encourage you to make self-care a non-negotiable for you as well. If you're wanting to learn more about journaling or self-care, I will link these videos for you right here. I believe that they will truly be helpful for you. I encourage you to reflect on your own daily habits and see what works for you. I want you to remember that small and intentional steps can lead to a more balanced life. This is not a quick fix for you to start today and feel already balanced, but you to really personalize it to your lifestyle and to your needs and to what your personality is, so that you can continue to make those intentional steps, not only towards yourself, but in the way that you want to live out your life. Let me know in the comments which habits resonated with you, or let me know what are your non-negotiables. Thanks for tuning in. I will catch you in the next video, but until then, stay balanced and happy healing.